The Hutts are among the most powerful species in the galaxy, and aside from their own considerable territory, Hutts have played a significant role in the galaxy as a whole. While Hutts are typically associated with running the criminal underworld of the galaxy, many make their way into more legitimate ventures. Today we're going to be talking about Beldorion the Hutt, the only example we have of a Hutt Jedi. Beldorion plays a prominent role in the book Planet of Twilight, set 13 years after the Battle of Yavin, and while it's not exactly a fan favorite, it does do something Star Wars only rarely goes to, intentionally having unreliable storytelling from characters. So while we have the broad strokes of Beldorion's history, individual details from his distant past are less sure. What we do know is that Beldorion was trained as a Jedi by at least 400 years before the Battle of Yavin. Hutts are quite long-lived, so this lifespan actually wouldn't be particularly strange for a Hutt. What is atypical for Hutts is that Leia remarks that Beldorion is both the longest Hutt Leia had ever seen, though he wasn't obese in the same way Jabba was. Instead, Beldorion is incredibly muscular and very agile for his species, physical traits Beldorion was able to help carry forward from the more standard Hutt youth to his adult life with the help of the Force. Beldorion was sent in this early period to the planet of Nam Korios, along with a much more junior Jedi named Tiselda. Both fell to the dark side quickly and gave differing, falsified accounts of their own histories to Luke and Leia in Planet of Twilight, but we do know for sure that they arrived at the planet together. In Fate of the Jedi, a redeemed Tiselda explains that Nam Korios' toxic effects on Force wielders corrupted both of them. By consuming a creature called Drox, which are essentially energy vampires who start as bugs, they were able to stay alive and in their relatively young forms for centuries. Beldorion ceased working with Tiselda, cast her aside, and established himself as the sole ruler of the planet. While there was no real challenge to his rule until after Endor other than the occasional squabble with Tiselda, he had started to withdraw and, according to Callista Ming, his powers had waned as he aged. One of his supposed Drox snacks went uneaten, and instead began to grow into the later Drox stages of life, as a real sentient energy vampire named Zim. It is a very weird book. Zim was able to help keep Beldorion largely youthful, but an Imperial named Seti Ashgat had begun taking over part of Beldorion's rule in his semi-absence, and Callista Ming, who was another former Jedi of the Old Republic and love interest du jour of Luke Skywalker, had sought the planet out knowing it to be a Force nexus, and hoping to restore her own lost connection to the Force, before realizing that Tiselda and Beldorion had both fallen to the dark side and began working to oppose them. Luke and Leia then headed to Nam Korios to search out Callista. Beldorion attempted to drug Leia and bend her to his will as a new apprentice, but Leia was able to break free and kill the Hutt in a lightsaber duel. He was able to display a significant amount of remaining Force power despite what Callista called his diminishing abilities by unleashing a massive kilometer-wide Force storm before dying. It is unfortunate that this is the only Hutt Jedi or Sith we've ever gotten to see, but maybe that'll change in the future. That's going to do it for our look at Beldorion though. If you've enjoyed, consider leaving a like or subscribing for more. If there's another topic you'd like to see me cover on the channel, leave that in the comments or in the suggestions channel on the Discord, which is also linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.